Hey, what's up guys, it's Marf and welcome back to another Asphalt 9 video. Firstly, apologies if my voice sounds a little weird. I'm recovering from a bit of a cold. I'm sure you guys can all understand going to parties over New Year's and something gets around. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about my progress in the Drive Syndicate 8 because I've had a bit of an emotional roller coaster. At first, it seemed like I was actually going to be able to get through most of it pretty easily because I had a lot of the required cars already. Then as time went on, there were no Syndicate coin packs available for token purchases or relays like we've seen in previous Drive Syndicates. And then I realized that the rewards for the Aston Martin Zagato are not going to be enough to get the car right out of the gate. So I'm either going to have to do a lot of grinding and hope I get lucky, or I'm simply not going to have enough to unlock the Zagato, and to be honest, at the moment I'm not entirely sure which of those is going to happen. What I do know and what I can tell you is that I'm just about done with the Lamborghini Reventon section, and so I'm about to face that challenge of seeing whether or not I can actually unlock the Zagato. So that will be my sort of post-update video where probably that is where my Drive Syndicate run is going to end. Either I'm going to be able to unlock the Zagato and that's about as far as I'm going to get, or I'm going to do the math, realize I'm not going to be able to get it at all, and either star up my Reventon or just do something else and get rid of my coins in some other useful manner. So now that I've given you a general overview of where I'm at in the Drive Syndicate 8, let me tell you a bit more about how I got there. Now, I already mentioned I've gone through, at least so far, pretty easily just because I've had some of the required cars, and I want to explain how I got them, or at least what I have. Firstly, I did have a 1-star Diablo GT, and this was just over time, I guess, through playing different events, and I don't remember opening packs for the Diablo GT, but at some point I did unlock it at 1 star, so that was pretty easy to get. And of course, once you progress through that stage, it gave you some extra blueprints when you finished with the Mercedes-Benz stage of the Drive Syndicate, so I believe that got me to 2 stars, and then after that, it didn't take me very many coins to get to the required 3 stars. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I absolutely adore the Lamborghini Reventon, so during its Grand Prix a while ago, I unlocked it and I got it at 2 stars. So through the blueprints that are given once you complete the Diablo stage in the Drive Syndicate, I got this car pretty easily at the required 3 stars. And for the Reventon, we were a bit concerned because it was a key car, which means it's easier to 2-star it because you don't need to go through the process of 1-starring it, because obviously if you just get the key, you already have the car at 1 star, regardless of how many blueprints you have. So thankfully though, this stage only required the Reventon at 3 stars, and I pretty much got the car for free at 3 stars because it gives you Reventon blueprints once you finish the Diablo stage. I did buy a couple just because I needed the few extra to get to 3 stars, but regardless, it was of course much easier than if I didn't have the car unlocked at all. Now, of course, I did have to do everything for the Mercedes-Benz show car Vision AMG, which I'm gonna hate that name forever, but of course nobody had that car at all, so that was sort of a given that I would have to start from scratch for that car. So that was no big deal though, because usually the first car in any Drive Syndicate is pretty easy to unlock and start up because they want to get you to the next stage anyway. So thankfully, up until the Reventon stage for the Drive Syndicate 8, I've had a pretty easy time just because luckily I've had most of the required cars. So now I'm going into the Zagato, pretty much unknown whether or not I'm going to be able to unlock it. I'm pretty confident that I am because I have a ton of Syndicate coins saved up, and I've done really none of the pin missions other than the first couple of ones where you drive with the Devil 16 and to farm some Syndicate coins to buy a couple of blueprints for the Reventon like I mentioned earlier, but that's about it. I have a ton of Syndicate coins in the bank, so hopefully that'll at least get me to a 1-star Zagato. My goal is always for the Drive Syndicates to unlock every car that I can, not necessarily star up one of my favorite cars and just get rid of or forget the other cars. I do like to have a variety in my garage, and just unlocking a collection is nice for me. So even if I don't think I can start up to 2 or 3 stars and actually have a useful Zagato, I would like to have it in my garage anyway. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is why I haven't talked about relays or packs or purchases or anything like that, and that's because so far we haven't gotten any of them. And if my memory serves me right, this is the first Drive Syndicate that we don't even have an option to buy any sort of Syndicate coins with tokens. Previously, we could do a relay where you could progress through 6 different packs in a row, and that would let you convert a limited amount of tokens into Syndicate coins. Now, even before that, for the first Drive Syndicate, we had the ability to just infinitely convert tokens into Syndicate coins, and that's what got me the Koenigsegg Jesko for the first Drive Syndicate. Now, I think Gameloft obviously saw that people were doing that instead of just straight up buying packs with real money, so they went to the relay system, and now I guess they think that that's not good enough for them, so now there is no option so far to convert Syndicate coins with tokens, and that is really a shame, because that means that my progress is just limited with the Syndicate coins I can get through the Drive Syndicate, and if I got lucky with the cars, and well, that I have them already. So that means that once I'm done with the Drive Syndicate and my Syndicate coins are gone, then I'm done. There isn't really much I can do. I can't purchase relays, I can't purchase packs, and I don't think I'm really ready to spend money on the Drive Syndicate. Maybe if it's like $5 for a Hennessy Venom F5, that would be pretty cool, but I highly doubt that's ever going to be a thing. So there is my Drive Syndicate progress update video. I'm currently going through the last phase of the Reventon stage, and I'm going to start my journey on hopefully unlocking the Aston Martin Zagato, and hopefully I'll do that. Now, at this point, I think it's really unlikely I get past the Zagato. I mean, I'm still trying to think about whether or not I'm going to unlock the Zagato at all, but there's no way in heck that I even touch the Venom F5. It would be cool, but I highly doubt it. But I really want to know your guys' thoughts on this current Drive Syndicate. I mean, at least in my opinion, it was pretty easy because I had the required cars, and it seems like a lot of people already had one or the other, either the Reventon or the Diablo, or they even had both. And it's quite nice to see that Gameloft is doing that, where they're using pretty common cars in the past instead of only using new cars like they used to do in the early Drive Syndicates. However, that's sort of balanced out by the fact that we can't buy any Syndicate coins with tokens anymore. No relays, no conversion packs, no nothing. Now, there's still 20 days left in the event. Now, in the past, Gameloft has made changes to the event as it's been ongoing, but those have sort of been various situations where they felt like they needed to do that, or sometimes it seemed like it was even a mistake. So I'm not counting on the fact that they'll add any sort of relays or conversion packs or anything like that. So that's quite unfortunate, which again, like I mentioned earlier, means that once I'm done, I'm done. There's no buying my way out of it with tokens, which hopefully they will change in the future, but maybe they'll make even more drastic changes in the next Drive Syndicate. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your progress in the Drive Syndicate 8 and let me know your thoughts on Gameloft's changes. I'm still debating whether or not I like them or not because, well, there's both pros and cons. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed and I will catch you guys later.